Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today will be a little bit different. I will be talking to you about how I planned my wedding. As some of you may know, I had a destination wedding in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. My husband and I had been planning this wedding for about 2 years. We got engaged in June of 2016 and our wedding was held in November of 2018. I actually made the decision for myself to finish college before I began planning for my wedding and actually getting married. When we got engaged, we actually had an engagement in Cancun, Mexico, and we talked about the wedding thereafter. We decided that we wanted to have our wedding on the beach. We loved the beach and the ocean, and we actually wanted to bring that same type of vibe to our wedding. Him and I went on a vacation to Puerto Vallarta at the Hyatt Ziva. We took advantage of what was called a wedding day preview package. So we went and checked out the resort. We met up with a wedding planner. Right away we knew this is where we wanted to have our wedding. It was perfect for everyone, not too far away, and also a really nice place for everyone to also enjoy a vacation. So in April of 2017, we had an engagement party where we announced our wedding date and our wedding location. Everyone was a little bit surprised and excited about having our wedding, having a destination wedding. I probably started officially planning and getting things booked by late 2017. I went back and forth with my wedding planner on details. I'm very visual, so I actually put together a PowerPoint for her of all my ideas of how I envisioned my ceremony and my reception, music, traditions, all of that. So I put that together and sent it over, and she would come back with me with prices. So we did that back and forth for about 10 to 9 months. I'm not sure, honestly. I'm a little bit of a control freak when it came to that, so I wanted to make sure the details were like on point. Mario and I also decided to have a Catholic ceremony, which was actually held here in Sacramento. It's actually this picture right above me. This wedding took place in October, so a little bit less than a month of our wedding in Puerto Vallarta. This was a very intimate ceremony with just our family and a small reception. For our reception, we actually just did a happy hour at Ella Dining. It was really nice. If you follow me on Instagram, I actually put up a Q&A regarding this video, and some of you guys submitted some questions. So the first one is, what was the hardest part about planning and your favorite part? The hardest part about planning for me was putting my trust in someone to execute my wedding the way that I had envisioned. It's hard to have the patience to wait for your wedding planner to get back to you on certain things like pricing, or can this be done or can it not, like trying to find an alternative to some of the things that you want. My favorite part about planning was choosing my dress. I remember I tried on maybe like 30 to 40, I don't remember how many dresses I tried on before I chose the one, and I had multiple appointments at different bridal salons, and I brought my girls with me, my mom, my sister, my mother-in-law, my aunt. I chose my dress. I said yes to the dress in February of 2018. It was a very unique experience, and that's some of the advice that I can give to a soon-to-be bride is try on as many dresses as you want. There is no limit. Try them on. Was it hard trying to get the venue, photographer, food, cake, etc. all booked on the same weekend? So once I booked the venue and left my deposit, the food and the cake and things like that were actually taken care of by the resort, and it was all through the resort, so I didn't have to really worry about catering or cakes and things like that. In regards to photographers, they also provided a photographer and videographer. I wasn't really impressed with the photography, so I reached out to local photographers. I didn't really like the photography neither, so then I reached out to my homegirl Yuvia and her husband Jorge from UV Visions. They are awesome photographers. I knew I wanted them to capture my day, but I didn't know how hard it would be for them to travel to Puerto Vallarta. They actually travel all over the world to capture weddings, so I knew that I was in the right hands when I chose them. But thank you, Yuvi and Jorge. I love all of my pictures. In regards to videography, Maria's cousin Ami actually recommended the Up Road, which is a business here in Sacramento in the Bay Area. They do such amazing videos and such amazing wedding highlights that once I saw them, I knew that I wanted them to film my wedding, and I actually got a meeting with them. Before you know it, I had them booked also to travel to Puerto Vallarta. So yes, I brought my photographer and my videographer from Sacramento to Puerto Vallarta. If you haven't already, I actually have my wedding video posted on my channel, so make sure to check that out. So two similar questions. How stressful was the planning of the wedding, and was planning it as stressful as everyone makes it seem? I think that people stress about different things. For me, it was mostly, like I mentioned before, putting my trust in someone to execute how I want things to be done. I was actually stalking my wedding planner on social media and just looking at different weddings that she did, just to make sure that I was still in good hands. How she executed other weddings, and keeping like tabs on the weddings that were going on to see, like, to kind of just give me a warning on things to look out for. That was part of the way that I kind of coped with the stress. Another stressful part of wedding planning is probably the guest list, especially for destination weddings. Not everyone, it's expected, you know, not everyone that you invite is going to make it, and it's totally understandable. But I think, like any wedding, not just a destination wedding, you have to deal with people not making it to your RSVP date, right? You know, I think it was a little bit stressful because you don't want to bug people, but then you also need to know. So that was, I mean, that was a little bit stressful. You looked so calm and chill. Were you really, or were you all nervous? I was actually really nervous, but it got better when I got to the reception. I think walking down the aisle was when I was the most nervous, for obvious reasons. But yeah, I mean, once you see everyone having a good time and you also want to have a good time, you don't want to be uptight about anything. You just want to go with the flow. So yeah, it got better. I think leading up to it, you do go through a lot of nervousness. Would you do anything different, even if it's something small? I don't think I would change anything from the planning to the day of, because it all played a huge part in the memories that were made, and that's really important to me. Even if it was something that didn't go as planned or as expected, now looking back at it, you know, you just laugh about it. Some of the little things that you may be stressing about, like, no one's even going to notice. So no, I don't think I would change anything from it. Would you have rather save the money for traveling? I know your wedding was gorgeous, but I'm just curious. No, I don't think I would have saved the money. Being a destination wedding, we got to travel, our guests got to travel, so it was actually a very unique experience of being there with our families. For some people, it was actually their first time traveling to Mexico, so that was really nice to experience that with them and just celebrate. I know the kids loved it and the adults did too.
I'm living my best life.
Limited drinks and food, and all delicious food. I think my biggest piece of advice to anyone currently planning a wedding is to just do whatever you want. It's you and your fiance's day, and I think it's super important to bring your own genuine personal touch to your wedding day. But just think outside the box. Whatever you want, whether it's a traditional or if it's not traditional at all, go for it, because that's what's going to make your wedding unique, and look back at it and you're always going to feel happy knowing that you had exactly what you wanted, without the opinion of anyone else. Also, if your significant other also enjoys to plan, I think it's great when you plan together. Mario actually helped me with a lot of the things that we put together. A lot of the ideas that we had, there were some from him and some from me, which is really special because it was a little bit of both worlds. I think that as long as you and your significant other are happy with the plans that you have for your wedding, I think that is all that matters, because at the end of the day, that is the person who you are marrying, and that is the person who you're going to be making memories with. Mario and I are so grateful for those who attended our wedding. It was so special to have every single one of you there. Each one of you plays such a special role in our day, and we thank you for making memories along with us. So if you have any questions or would like more details, please feel free to reach out to me. You can message me on Instagram, or you can leave your comment down below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.